So here we go, right in my hometown, Toronto Pearson Airport. A plane crashed a couple days ago, a CRJ 900 Bombardier plane. What I find really fishy about this whole thing is, firstly, you don't see the pilots coming out of the plane. You don't see any footage of the pilots coming out of the plane, or the crew, right? Someone, if there is, show it to me, or send me a link. But all you see is these actors coming out of these planes. Why I say these actors? Because this plane was a drone, folks. It was remotely crashed. Okay, if you look at the footage of the crash coming in, right, it doesn't look like a pilot was in there. A pilot would have, there's a thing called flaring, right, before you touch down. There was no flaring. There's no nothing, right. And why I say is a drone, because these are actors. Because look at these guys, right? Look, take a close look. This thing flipped and rolled and burned, but yet you have no scratches on these people, folks. No injuries, no tearing of the pants or anything, right? Even if you were buckled in, and you were landed upside down, you would have some injuries to the waist, right? You think about it. It's like those amusement park rides. If you were to pushed around with a belt near your waist, right? You would feel some injuries or something like that. Like, actually a better way of saying it is, if you're in a car crash and you only had the belt, right? You still feel some, thigh injuries, leg injuries, right? But you got, all these people are walking, folks. You take a look at the footage. All these people are walking normally, right? There's no limping. There's no nothing. So, very suspicious, folks. I think this was all a scripted event, folks. I think this thing was flown in remotely, and these guys were put in here by the crew of the Pearson. They could have been, they could have been hidden. When the thing crashed, they walked inside, then they came back outside for the camera, right? So very suspicious. And yet, yeah, you don't see any pilots, folks. Where's the pilots and crew, right? You don't see any pilots or crew. They didn't even interview the pilots or crew yet, right? It's been 3-4 days now. Very suspicious. So another thing is another plane crash. Suppose all these plane crashes, right? In Arizona, 2 planes collide. You think about it, all these people are all trained, right? And all of a sudden they're all colliding with each other. They're colliding with the land, etc., right? What it is this, okay? I found this good meme here. Sudden increase in plane crashes. Let's see who it really is. Sustainable Development Goals, okay? I already did a video on this. I think they're going to start decreasing plane travel for everybody, except for the billionaires, of course, who run the world, or the trillionaires. For us, people who are working class, I think it's coming to an end. Travel itself will be just limited to the 15-minute cities. So another thing, I think another reason why they're doing this is to make you believe that the plane industry is going downhill because of all these plane crashes. But really, if you look back to 2004, this is an article from 2024. Americans can no longer afford to fly. Okay, this is all part of the banking system, right? They don't want to make you believe. They wanted to make you believe that these accidents are causing less people to travel, but really, it's a dollar, right? A dollar crash. Let me bring up the gold here. The gold. See here, where's the gold silver price? So this is gold in Canadian dollars. Look at this, folks. Look at that. And silver in Canadian dollars. Gold is crashing. Actually, the dollar is crashing everywhere because look at gold, right? So yeah, it has nothing to do with. They're doing this on purpose for 2 reasons: because of this sustainable development. And plus, they want to cover up the crashing economy, right? This is going to be worse than 2008, folks. This is going to be worse than 2008. Remember 2008? They blamed it on the poor people not paying their mortgages, and that brought down the whole system. But really, it's a dollar, folks. It's these bankers. It's always the bankers, folks. It's always the bankers.